So how much is enough in retirement? What level does my portfolio have to grow to for me to feel like I'm there, right? I think if you watch enough of my videos, what you'll realize is that I don't like thinking that way. I like to think in terms of probabilities and ranges of outcomes. But some people just find it useful to have kind of a mental benchmark to shoot towards. So if that's you, this is perfectly fine. Just know that the way I would advocate for you to do it is how I've shown you in the past, which is running a financial plan and checking on it at least annually. But if you want to oversimplify it just to give yourself something to shoot towards, this is fine. So I'm going to use myself as an example here. Let's say I want to retire at a semi-normal age. It actually doesn't matter what age I choose to retire at. But let's say I want to retire at 65, and at 65 I would say a withdrawal rate spectrum is anywhere from 4% on the conservative end to 7% on the aggressive end. I would never advocate for 7%, just so you know, but there's been plenty of times in history, as I've shown you, where that would have worked out just fine. So considering that's doable, to figure out how much you need, you really just need to do a pretty simple future value calculation on how much income your portfolio will have to provide at whatever retirement date you choose. So how do you do that? Well, just think about right now how much money that you would need if you wanted to retire today. And let's say that number is $100,000. Let's say also that I look up my Social Security estimate, and my spouse and I can expect about $40,000 a year at that age for retirement. Now, this is independent of Social Security timing considerations, but let's just say I'm going to take it at retirement age. So $100,000 goal, $40,000 from Social Security, I've got a $60,000 gap to fill. So what I got to find out is how much is $60,000 going to be at 65 when I retire. All you got to do, find a simple future value calculator, plug in $60,000, plug in an interest rate of 2.5, which is my assumed rate of inflation, over the course of 27 years, and what you're going to get is a number pretty close to 116,000. So in order to convert that number into what my portfolio needs to be, I just need to divide it by whatever withdrawal rate I choose. So if I use round numbers instead of the exact numbers, and I divide 116 by 4%, I get about $2.9 million. If I divide it by 7% instead, I get about $1.6 million. So those are kind of in the range of what enough is. Like I said, I'd still advocate that you go through the actual planning process and kind of understand what your probabilities are, but if you like having a goal to shoot for, there's no harm in this.